Hello everybody, it's Mike from Fishing the Mid-South. Today I went out with my buddy Scott and his boat. We went to a lake in North Memphis and went looking for bluegill, found some bluegill, some bass, and one red ear sunfish. Stick around. Video's coming up. Okay everybody, I apologize for having to do a voiceover on this. Scott and I were out just having a good time, bantering back and forth, and the sound bites wouldn't make a whole lot of sense in the conversations as we just jump from one fish to the next, etc. So the video will be fairly short. It's just mostly catching fish. Today I used some bet spinners, the 1/32 ounce. I went through 3 different colors today. Really like these little bet spinners. They're similar to the Johnson spinners, that beetle spins that everybody's used to. These actually, in the area where the jig goes, it's curved more. So it kind of pinches everything, the jig piece off in the end, so it doesn't move around as much up and down the frame. So I like those a little more than the beetle spins. You'll also see a 1/16 ounce beetle spin at some point in here, and a 1/4 ounce, or maybe it's even an 1/8 ounce Strike King Fire Tiger spinner bait. But that's what I was using today. You'll notice that we are keeping some of these smaller bass, and that's because the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency has actually asked that anglers keep these. The lake is overrun with them. The lake limit here is actually you can keep one largemouth bass over 18 inches, but anything else is fine. And of course we don't keep the big ones. So here's a nice little baby that I caught. Scott also caught several fish that you're not going to see on this, and that's because of my camera work. I was wearing the chesty today, and so most of what you're going to see is just me catching fish, but he did catch his fair share certainly on this. Now this particular lake has a lot of aquatic vegetation, whether that, I believe it's hydrilla, but I could be wrong on that, and it has what I unaffectionately call snot moss, which is that green, stringy, slimy stuff that just is like pond scum. It's just, it gets on your lure and fouls it immediately. So you'll notice that we're trying to get kind of to the edge of the weeds, but we stay a little back on that because they're just, you'll get fouled immediately. On this one you can see you see some brown spots in the water there. That's actually where there's not any vegetation or the snot moss. The rest of it is that green snot moss. They have actually put some grass carp in here, sterilized of course, to try to control some of the vegetation. Now here's a nice little laydown. This particular lake has a lot of fallen trees, laydowns, and stick-up stumps, etc. It is a no-wake lake. You can use your big motor, but you can't. You have to keep it in a no-wake speed, so it's a little frustrating today, especially because of, you will hopefully, well probably, see a lot of gnats and other things coming across the camera, and you can't outrun them when you can't do it, when you can't get up to wake speed or past wake speed. So they kind of stuck with us today. Had a lot of insecticide going around. Now this is the one shellcracker / red ear sunfish that I caught. It was pregnant, had a nice big belly on her, so we threw her back. The larger shellcracker are just so much fun. They have so much fight in them, and they get, over a pound easily. And wanted to make sure that we let her go back so she could make some babies for us. Now this is a fun little spot here. So you see I just caught one, threw it back. Scott pulls one in, and on the very next cast I pull another one in. And then it kind of went dead. we made one more pass through here, and you'll see the last fish coming up right after this one. And that would be our last fish for the day. We spent a few hours out on the lake today, had a really good time. It was a very busy day. The water temperature was around 68, 69 degrees. I'm not sure what the high temperature was. It was probably mid-70s. It got a little toasty out there, but not too bad. And the wind was light and variable, sometimes none at all. So there we are. That's our day with Scott, fishing out of his boat, and we had a really good time. Hope you enjoyed this. Hey everybody. As you see, we had a good fun trip today. Thanks again for watching. As always, please like and subscribe, comment below if you have any questions or comments. Until next time, I will see you out on the water.